So there I was, minding my own business. People! The friendly neighborhood mail lady has hooked a brother up. In fact, the friendly neighborhood mail lady hooked the brother up a long time ago. But this brother is just not that smart. See, I went to the mailbox, opened it up, out came a box from Midworld Press. And that's an exciting day because I'm expecting a book from Midworld Press. But here's my problem. I'm busy doing all kinds of things. Got all kinds of stuff going on. All kinds of stuff rattling around in my skull. I set the box down and I forget about it because I set it down out of the way. Back over there, I got a desk. Beside the desk, between the desk and a corner, is a stack of books. Books what got to be read. But they're the tier 2 of books what got to be read. See, tier 1's over here, the ones I really want to get to first. Anyway, I set this thing over there on that stack out of the way, and time marches on. And somehow I just assumed I already got the book open. I got it on my shelf. I've done a video and all that stuff. You see, I've seen pictures of this book online. I've seen it. It kind of felt familiar to me now. Only today did I realize I think that box is still sitting over there. Sure enough, it was. So I'm going to get to it. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to see what she looked like. This one is one that's kind of exciting, one that I've been looking forward to for a little while. It hasn't been available that long. Midworld Press still has some for sale, and it is John Dies at the End by David Wong. Wong. David Wong, John Dies at the End. Let me take this thing. Let me find a knife. See, I rearranged some stuff here, so I'm all discombobulated. Let me find a blade and get started on this box. I've kind of developed a love interest with Midworld Press. All things being considered, they've produced some pretty nice books at some pretty good prices, and I got me some of them. I think this might be my 5th book from Midworld Press. I've gotten some Christopher Buhlman books. I got a Glen book, but it's not a cookbook. And then now I've got a David Wong book. Wong. David Wong book. Anyway, cardboard boxes, oversized box, stuffed full of stuff. It doesn't taste as good as it looks. Trust me. But I want to get it out. Let's take it out. Let's take a look. See, I got John Dies at the End by David Wong. And anyway, David Wong's John Dies at the End. And a very interesting book. It's one of them books that's just fun all the way through. Lots and lots of goofing off. So if you don't mind somebody who goofs off a lot, then you might really dig this book. So I do strongly recommend it. This book here costs $95 plus shipping, and there are still some available for sale at Midworld Press. I think I've screwed something up. See, I thought I was getting John Dies at the End by David Wong. But this is John Dies at the End by Jason Pargin. What's up with that? I don't get it. I'm confused. See there? Look closely. It says Jason Pargin. There must be 2 John Dies at the Ends, and I got the one that I didn't think I was getting. So that's interesting, you see. It turns out, you know it, I know it, I'm dumb, but I'm just being silly. It's the same fella, pen names and all that kind of stuff. Originally, it said David Wong on one book, but now it says Jason Pargin. So it's interesting how that stuff goes. Somewhere along the line after in that series, changed from David Wong to Jason Pargin. Confusing, I don't know. Is it a different guy writing a sequel to another guy's book? I don't know. Same guy, pen names, pen names. Bachman, stuff like that. It just confuses folks. But it's a phenomenal book, and I want you to take a look and see what this looks like. Take a look. The cool looking, I love the colors in this dust jacket artwork. The artist is McCammon, and I think, pretty sure, this is the first book that I've got that's illustrated by McCammon. And take a look at the back. It's so cool. You're under the eye of Horrok. Spoiler alert, not. Anyway, if you've read the book, you know what I'm talking about. If you have not read the book, well, you're in for a treat. I recommend, by all means, read it. But let me take this dust jacket artwork. Let me take this dust jacket off and show you the artwork, what it looks like all stretched out. And it do look good. I really like it. I really dig it. Man, it's cool. I love the colors. I just like it. I'm not the most intelligent anything, but I'm not the most intelligent of art connoisseurs. But when I look at something, I kind of know what I like. I like it when I know it when I see it. But let's take a look a little closer at this book. Cloth bound boards, foil stamp. There is the eye. There is the spine. And the back is blank. And we have this quality Smith sewn binding. And I dig it. I like a well-bound book. We got colored in pages here, and it is a numbered edition, limited to 500 copies. And I've got copy number 350, signed by Jason Pargin. There it is. And I love signed books. when I first became a book collector, I was collecting just first editions of my favorite books from my favorite authors. And I've always been into autographs. I like having junk autographs. So occasionally you'd stumble into an autographed book, or even perhaps the opportunity to get a book signed. But what really turned me on was when I found that an author named F. Paul Wilson had quite a few signed limited edition books. And that started the madness, the mania. And from there, I've been hooked from probably 2002, something like that. Started collecting signed limited edition books, and it just doesn't ever seem to stop. But this book, an additional neat feature besides being a good quality story, a good quality produced book, signed limited edition, is it also has 4 interior illustrations. And that is added value. And there's publishers out there that charge more than this, more than $95 for books that produce books that are about the same quality but lack those interior illustrations. And I think it's great when you can find a publisher who's hooking it up in all ways. Now, a problem that I'm having right now is that there are 4 interior illustrations, and I did find, I have found 2 of them so far. Sometimes it's really easy to flip through and find these illustrations, and sometimes it's tough. And usually it's tougher when the page edges are lighter in color, or when the picture, the illustration doesn't go all the way to the edge. So I'm trying not to miss any of them. And I think there's one. I think I can get it figured out. So I've shown you 2 of them. Nice. There is another one of those full page color illustrations. And Midworld Press is really doing good work. Like I said, I've gotten quite a few of their books now. I think 5, if that's quite a few. They're a relatively new publisher, and they're doing a good job of making good books and keeping the prices kind of in that pocket. Other publishers make high-end, high-quality, very expensive books, and some publishers have started off more in that lower range price for limited edition books, and they found themselves creeping that price up. It's very, very common now to see a Subterranean Press book at $200 a pop. And sometimes you get $200 for a book and you don't even get interior illustrations. They are making nice stuff, but when you got publishers that are making books $90, $95, $100, and they're giving you more than some of them other publishers, it really is something to appreciate, something to respect. There was a foreword written for this book, written for this book by Don Coscarelli, and that name sounds kind of familiar. My first attraction to Don Coscarelli for me was with a little movie based on a little story by a terrific author named Joe R. Lansdale, and that was Bubba Hotep. You may also heard of a movie called Phantasm, and a bunch of sequels of Phantasm. Now, I did like the first one, and I never finished any of the rest. I started watching the second one, and never finished it. But I did like the first one. I loved Bubba Hotep. And then also he did the John Dies at the End and movie. I said series before. Series, I don't know. It's a movie. John Dies at the End, the movie. And it was good. I didn't love that movie, but it was good. It was worth watching anyway. I definitely like the book a lot better. But at the end of the day, here we go. We got $95 in a book. I feel like I got my money's worth. I'm excited to have it on the shelf. I'm going to put this dust jacket, wrap it in a Brodart Adjust-A-Fold 3, put it on the shelf, probably with my other Midworld books. I don't have any copies of this book or anything from this author really in the collection. This will be the first thing I think I've added. So the cool thing is it comes with rights to the sequel, I think. So hopefully I'll be able to get the entire series forever and ever. As long as he dares to write books in a series, we'll be able to get these from Midworld Press. And the collection will grow and grow because the stories are pretty daggum good as you go and go. So with that being said, I can think of no more lies to tell. Thank you for your time. I do truly appreciate it. Please consider subscribing to the channel, giving the video a thumbs up, whether I deserve it or not. I don't mind getting stuff I don't deserve. C'est la vie, baby. Doo-doo.
Hey Doc, 2 more going on yours.